George Russell suggested that his previous F1 experience with Williams may give him an advantage as Mercedes struggle for form. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has given his interpretation on whether George Russell's previous experience with a struggling team is helping him to outshine Lewis Hamilton. The Silver Arrow's newbie recently suggested that spending 3 years wrestling with a difficult Williams car primed him to get the most out of his porpoising Mercedes. Mercedes have struggled for pace this year after pipping Red Bull to an 8th consecutive Constructors' Championship in 2021, but Hamilton has had a particularly tough time. After 4 races, the student is already 21 points ahead of the master amid a pattern of results that have gone against most fans' expectations. Last time out in Emilia-Romagna, Russell picked up solid points by finishing in 4th, but his more experienced teammate took the checkered flag way back in P13. When quizzed on why there had been such a gap between the pair, the youngster cited his time with Williams as a potential explanation. Before qualifying got underway in Miami, Wolff was asked whether he saw sense in Russell's theory. "I don't see any mental weakness with Lewis," he claimed. "Clearly, when you're fighting for a championship 4 months ago and suddenly you're not at the front, that's a different situation. But it does not have a negative impact. George is coming from a car that was at the back of the grid, but the way he approaches developing the car makes no difference. He's very methodological, whether he's P1 or P11. While Wolff has played down the difference, Hamilton will undoubtedly be keen to claw back some ground and reassert his position of dominance in the Mercedes garage. The 37-year-old has won 6 of his 7 world titles with the Silver Arrows and spent the past 5 years routinely outperforming Valtteri Bottas. Even the ousted Finn is threatening to edge ahead of Hamilton in the drivers' standings, despite being expected to tumble down the pecking order after joining up with Alfa Romeo. Bottas sits just 4 points behind after a sequence of positive results, including a tremendous P5 at Imola last time out and 6th spot on the opening weekend in Bahrain. Hamilton is also making headlines off the track, given his well-publicized FIA protests over new regulations on driver underwear and jewelry. Race director Niels Wittich has pledged to enforce the jewelry ban with trackside checks, but the Brit responded by turning up to a recent press conference decked out in chains and watches.
If